What I'm going to do is set this transit up. All it is has a bubble in it like a level. What we're doing now is we're setting up the transit, but I'm going to do a video about transits and water levels and all that kind of stuff. What I did was I took a nail and I nailed it in exactly 4 inches down from the block. Okay, now I'm going to put my ruler on the nail and he's going to read it with the transit.
We got 32 and 5/8 inches.
So he's reading 32 and 5/8 inches. So now we're going to come over here. I'm going to hold the nail with one hand. I'm going to read it again.
You're going to drop that tape down, 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 up a little. Right there, 32 and 5/8 inches.
32, okay. Put this in here. Check it.
Okay, that's 32 and 5/8 inches.
32 and 5/8. Now we used the transit. I went around and I put my nails on. And I'm going to do a video on how to use transits. Now the first one is exactly at 4 inches. Then we come over here. We put our next one. And where did it go? There it is. That's at 4 inches. We come over here, that's at 4 inches. Then we come over to the next one, right there, and that's at 4 1/4. So that means that block is 1/4 inch high. And that's what we're going to do when we start doing our block work, is measure up on each block, and that'll be our level. Okay, I'm doing my corner, and I get my corner block. Put it right on top like this. Okay? Don't hold it down too or shake it or anything. I want to find out where I'm at. Then what I want to do, I want to level it this way. You can see it's tipped. I want to level it this way. And I got to go this way with it to make sure that's running right. Go this way with it, that makes sure it's running right. Then I measure down to my nail to make sure I'm hitting the height. 12 inches. You see it goes up to 8 inches. So next time I put a block on, it'll get up to my 20 inches. And level it this way, and I'll go this way with it, you see? Now we're going to go on to another one and show you how I build a corner. Every mason, you can work with 10 different masons. 10 different masons will do it 10 different ways. When I was in the union out in New Jersey, every time you go on a new job, they want to tell you how to do things different. It's only natural. So now, you're going to take this block, go over there, same thing. Put it right in. Like that. You see a little space up there? That's telling me that this part of the block is high. So that's got to come down. Then go over here and I level it this way. Gotta come in a little bit. Just gotta do this. So I straighten that out. And I go like this. So when you're running a lead, I would suggest you get a line, go way down to the end of the wall, and you line that block up. That's what's going to say that it's true or not. And then we measure up from our nail, and we're right at 20 inches. Now if it was up there at 20 and a half, we got to make this go lower. If it was at 19 3/4, we got to bring it up a little bit. That's how you keep adjusting your height until you get everything level. Here's something I want to show you. See See this block right here? That little hole up in here? That's because when we look down, this block, this corner block, has a warp in it. So don't let anybody tell you all the blocks comes perfect. That's why you always got to be adjusting in block work. Times when you're doing block work, you can use a straight edge. Anything that's straight for your block, going this way, and then you can put a level on top of it if you can't reach. Something like that. See, that's showing pretty level. Now sometimes what I'll do, I'll take it from here to here, and I use my level. I don't use line levels. That's a good way to get a good idea where you're at. So if you turn your level this way and it's level, you turn your level that way and it's level, that means you got a good level. Okay, a little bit more about the transit. Here's my nail that I put in later. I'm hitting 52. You see I ran it at 4, 12, 20, 28, 36, 44. And that's what I'm doing, is running my block on 8s. Now if this said 53, I'd be way high. I'd have to keep squishing them down. And that's the way you use the transit. Now I go over here. Here's the nail right there. 52 inches and right on. Same thing. Come over here in this nail. I'm at 60 inches. Right on. Come over here in this nail. I'm at 60 inches. Right on. So that's how I use it. I go at 4, and I just do that. And if I'm high, I can squish the joints down. If I'm low, I pick the joints up. And that's how you use your nails. You gotta also put the board across like I did before with your level, and it should give you a good idea where you're at. So that's how I use a transit. These are a couple lentils we're going to put in. This one is 47 and a half. This one is 47 and a quarter. You see how masonry products are a little bit different? You got to be aware of that for your joints. Now this is the lentil right here. It says 48. That means it's 48 inches long. And right up here, you can see where I put it with the magic marker. But what they do is they stamp it. You can see it over in here. Up. That means when they made this lentil, they put a rebar in there with a slight bow in it like an arch. And that's what's holding that all together. That's it, perfect. I got it.
Maybe the other one?
Yeah, you have to throw it in more.
Alright, now the other one. Just hold it up there a little bit. There you go. Okay, that's it. That's 1 and 2. Now this is an anchor bolt, and this is where my rods went down in there. So this is where I'm going to put my anchor bolt. Usually ask the carpenter and get it down in there, and usually I know his plate's going to go like that, and he needs enough to put the washer on. I also know that his plate's going to go over here. Sometimes they double it up, so I'll go over here a little bit. So between that and that's where my anchor bolt's going to be. So here it is. Got my bolt on. Leave the washer right on top so when the carpenter gets there, everything's ready. Now here's what I got to do. I'm putting a pilaster all the way up here, and you're going to wonder how I get into here. If I can drill it either like this. What I try to do is go sideways, next one this way, the next one this way, instead of straight in. That holds it up against the wall. Problem with that method is, you see the conduit behind the wall here? Anytime you're drilling, you got to be real careful that you don't be drilling into the conduit. So I either do it that way. What I do is just smash bash into the block and then come out here with a wall tie. Building the pilaster here. A lot of different ways guys use it. Some use wall ties, some use rebar, some use the door wall. Don't matter what you want to use. Some guys will just drill and put the wall ties in with the screws. I'm just going to do this, put it in. Maybe I'll use the rebar. I know it's going to stay in there. And I put my piece of door wall, use some wall ties, whatever you want. That'll hold that in there good. Now that was the pilaster I just built. So you have to hit a certain height there. And this is my level. And how you know you got a good level is you turn it this way, and then you turn it this way, and that's how you know you got a good level. That means the pilaster is plumb. Now, if you ever forget your snippers, this is how I cut the door. That's it. That's how you cut your door wall without your snippers. Well, so far we're putting a tile on that block wall, and I just wanted to show you that to prove that that's why I did this with my joints. But no matter what kind of work I do, even tile work, I still lay it out dry. You see? Every job I lay it out dry. It's my way of doing things. Some guys do it with rulers, you know. Everybody's got their own style of doing it, so there's probably a lot better videos out there than this on how to do block work, but at least it gives you an idea.